The moment I saw 242 on the clock, I knew that the 4 was me building my foundation, and the double 2s, I'm integrating. As I'm thinking this, I'm walking and I notice something on the ground. Okay, it's a dead squirrel. Naturally, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's an omen, right? That's an omen. Tiffany, relax. What do squirrels represent for you? Scarcity, right? Rushing energy, like energy, at least for me anyway. And that was like double confirmation. So where I'm getting at is breakthrough, breakthrough, coherence. That is what I've been missing. Coherence. If you are trying to manifest things in your life, you have to be coherent. If you're unfamiliar with that term, I didn't really know what coherence was. Coherence is how things work as a whole. So for instance, car engine, right? You have to have all those parts working in order to be coherent. Same is true when you manifest. So when you manifest, if we're trying, say, for instance, manifesting wealth, but deep down on the inside, we have a false belief system that you're only wealthy if you're born into it, and you're only wealthy if you get lucky, right? Some of us were born with that belief instilled in us. We came from families that truly believed you couldn't be wealthy, you couldn't be abundant unless you were already born into it. My hair's getting on my nerves, sorry. Unless you were already born into it or you just got lucky somehow. It's not true. It's a false belief. So once we become more coherent with things, once we stop having to catch ourselves thinking negatively, once we're able to keep that new belief going and we've got all these other moving parts in our life that match up with that and we're aligned, that is when the manifestations start happening. I just experienced it myself. In a nutshell, I'll be real with you, scarcity mindset, very survival energy, fight or flight response for years, okay? My health, had autoimmune disease, very sick. I'm not a medical professional, so please, this is not advice. This is just entertainment. I had a very bad autoimmune disease, had a bunch of symptoms. I couldn't think. I couldn't move up and down the stairs without being in excruciating pain. I was having these seizures from head to toe. I had some blood work done. Didn't really get to the root of a diagnosis as far as like what it is, but I can tell you this. It acts very much like lupus and MS, kind of like a cross between the two. So I know it's a type of connective tissue issue, and that kind of sounded funny, connective tissue issue. And here I am 3 years later, no pain, pain-free, no brain fog, completely clear-minded, no seizures. I haven't had, holy crap, I haven't had a seizure in at least 7 months. At least 7 months. I had this discoloration for a long time on my face. I would get like I don't know if you, I would get like these brown patches on my skin, which I was told it was the mask of pregnancy from giving childbirth, and it's gone. It actually just cleared up maybe 3 months ago. And do you know what I've discovered? It's your mental. It's the mind, right? It's your thoughts, your words, because that entire process of when I was experiencing all those symptoms, I thought I was dying, literally. And I would say to myself over and over again, you're dying, you're gonna die. You've got this, you've got that, you're gonna die. And all it did was spiral me into a horrible standard of health. Now, I don't tell myself that anymore. I'm kind to myself. I give love to myself. praise to myself. And I'm telling you, that has power. What we speak, what we think has major power. When you can align this, and this, that is when your manifestations start. It's about not lying to yourself, not trying to keep up this facade that you're this person that you really aren't. It's when we stop denying our truth and we just live it. We just accept it. We don't shut out all those icky parts of ourselves that maybe we don't like. No, we accept them. And once we accept them, we become coherent over time. Little baby steps. Baby steps work. Listen, I know you don't know me, but I am telling you, my whole life I have been a wreck, okay? I have been homeless. I have been drug addicted. I have been just always frantic, always rush, gotta go here, gotta do this. Oh yeah, I'll do that for you. Oh, of course I'll do that for you, to where I stretched myself so thin I had nothing left for myself. And I'm telling you, that is no way to live. And if you are living like that, love, I am so sorry. I love you. You're not wrong for it. You were taught it, and over time, it just became natural. But I'm telling you right now, you can break it. You can break it. And you can change your reality. All this manifestation stuff is real. It's real. You are a creator of your own universe. Literally. Everything you speak, everything you think, every intention you have is what creates your circumstance. And I know that hurts, right? There are some things that are out of our control. But for the most part, you control what is happening with this, and this. You can do it. And the way you start is by pulling back from other people. Not out of spite. You pull back so that you can quiet the noise. That's the first step. Quiet the noise. Once you can quiet the noise, when those uncomfortable things come up, don't run from them. Face them. That's your key. That is your key to getting better, is that stuff coming up. Because once you see it, you can grab hold of it. And you can learn to integrate that part of yourself. Not shut it out, not get rid of it. Heal it. Acknowledge it. I'm going to help you get better. Somehow, I'm going to come up with a plan somehow. For anybody watching, I feel like I need like a help guide, or it's like sitting on treasure and wanting to tell the whole world, like, hey, you don't have to be miserable. Hey, you don't have to deal with that person that's mean to you. Hey, you don't have to do all this stuff. The only thing I worry is that I think there's a lot of individuals that aren't ready for that, and that's okay, because one day they will be. So if you're watching this